Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another video. It has been a long time since I've done one of these update videos, hasn't it? And the reason behind that really is just because there hasn't been anything significant that has changed on Design Space. We have had a gazillion different enhancement and bug fixes which have come through on updates. And if you are a regular user of Design Space, you will probably have noticed that we are getting an update at least once or twice a week, which is pretty good because obviously Cricut are really working on fixing issues in Design Space, because we all moan about it, don't we? But I have thought over the last few months, since they made the announcement that they were going to be working on software, that I do think they have actually kept to their word. And if we go up here to this bell, you'll see today that I have just updated my Cricut Design Space to the latest version 6 minutes ago. So we are running now version 9.2080. Now, I know 9.21 is in the works because I've been reading the release notes for all of the new updates and stuff, and that is on there, but it's not quite released yet. So I'm just going to go through some stuff that I've noticed has changed over the past however many updates. You may have noticed it previously, but I haven't been paying too much attention to things that have changed in Design Space. So let's go quickly through a few things and see what is new. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is when I come into new project, if I click on new project here, I get these different options now. So if I go through to blank canvas, I just get my regular blank canvas. If I go through to gift tags, it will give me a gift tag blank to use on the screen. Same with iron-on t-shirt and vinyl decal. It just gives you a blank to work with on the screen. So it's pretty basic. I'm going to just go through to blank canvas. And the first thing that it does bring up all the time now, let's just get rid of that search, is images. So you get this every single time. Even if you click on a new project, it comes back with the images. The pop-out box is always there and you have to go in and get rid of it yourself manually. I personally don't like that feature. I hate having things left on there that I don't want to be using, because I don't use images that much in my day-to-day running of my business, so I find that to be a little bit annoying. One thing you will notice here as well, and I'll say this is probably a bug which is going to be a problem for me now, all of the different things across the top have disappeared. Now this is probably because I've just updated. Let me see if I bring up a project whether they are going to come back. Yes, they are. So there they are, all ready to go. If I click on new again, they disappear. So they don't come up now until you put something on your canvas. Let's just replace that and do it again. Let's find something else. Let's go blank canvas. As you can see, nothing there at all. Let's click on text, everything comes up. So that is something as well that's changed. Not sure I'm a big fan of that. Why are they not just putting the features that we want to see on the screen when we go for a blank canvas? That's a bit silly in my opinion. The next thing is actually to do with text. So I've got my text on the screen here. I'm just going to put my name in. There we go. And I'm going to change the text to a different font. So I come up here to the font box, and again it's a slide out bar now. One thing that I do think is pretty good now, when you type in something and you're using a Cricut font, it does give you a full preview of what that's going to look like over here now, so you can check out what you think you like before you actually put it onto your screen. Saves a little bit of time. It doesn't work with system fonts, unfortunately. You still just get all the different names, but for Cricut it's pretty good. The other thing that was pointed out to me by one of my followers, Robert Kimball Artist, is that now you can no longer move this box around the screen like you used to be able to. Now that was really handy for me, and I know a lot of people liked that also, because it was just made it easier. If you wanted to use a full page, you could do that. Now you can't do that anymore, so that's annoying. That goes as well for the layers panel. There used to be a case of you could hover over this bar here and you could basically stretch your layers panel inward so it was smaller. You can't do that anymore either, so that's annoying. So thank you to Robert Kimball Artist for pointing that out to me. The other thing to do with fonts that I've noticed is it's a little bit different now with choosing what type of font you want. You have to click on this little box here and you get all of your options come up here now as well. You can type into the search as well if you wanted to. So if you wanted to find a stencil font, you can just type that in and it will bring up the stencil fonts. But I quite liked having the check boxes before. That's annoying as well to me. Another thing I've noticed is if you go into My Stuff up here, which are your projects and where you've bookmarked things to, this has changed a little bit because it's made the boxes smaller, but you get to see a lot more of your projects, so that's pretty good. That goes the same in your profile, so if people are looking at your profile, you get to see a lot more of the shared projects all in one go, which is quite nice as well. And then the last thing really that is new is machine picker. Now this has come on today, and if I click up here to where I would see my machines and my machine choice, it's showing me that I'm using Maker, and my Maker's code for this particular machine is 9C5E, and we are connected via Bluetooth, so you can see all of my other machines here as well. So we've got that one and that one. Not sure what these ones are because they're not mine. They might be next door's because I know she's got Cricuts next door as well. But these two are the ones that I use regularly. So that's the one that's connected. That's pretty useful. Let's click on settings and see what that does. So if we go into settings, we can change this, and we can also do new product setup from here now as well, which is pretty handy. You can update your firmware, you can calibrate, you can choose your custom materials as well if you wanted to. So when we're talking about that, that is when you can use your own settings and you can make your own settings. So you can do that here, or you can also do that. Let me just not save that. If we go through to our material settings here, what we can do is go on to our browse all materials, and we can go to material settings, and we can either make our own, or we go right to the bottom, we can make our own. It's a long one. So add new material, and then you can make your own setting up as well, which is pretty fun. What else can we do from that setting? So this is actually really handy because obviously I run more than one machine at a time, so it'll be really good to see, because before I had to rely upon the fact that I knew which settings were in which position on this set base material, but now what I'm going to be able to do is go up here and just see, oh, I know I'm connected to that maker, whereas before I would have to rely on me knowing what was going on with that particular machine, and because I do regularly run both machines at the same time, so that's really, really good. But that's about it, I think, for this update. I hope to have more information soon. I will put down the link for the science-based release notes. There's quite a lot of information on here, and again, this tells you a lot more about machine picker and stuff. It is rolling out gradually though. You might not have it yet if you are using the beta version. If you are using the beta version, let me know whether you've got this already in the comments down below, because it's a really useful feature. I think it's going to be really helpful. Then there's a lot of other little issues that have been fixed, so have a good read through that. But again, I'll put all the links to this down below for you, and you can check all that stuff out. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful, and I'll see you soon for another one. Take care of yourselves. Bye!